I mean gut. Your account has been blocked for 3 days.
Plants grew explosively, pumping oxygen into the atmosphere and transforming the planet. It was during this time that a fish called Tiktaalik made a bold move. It left the water and ventured onto land. With that first step, ushering in the Carboniferous, an era dominated by reptiles and the next chapter in Earth's evolutionary saga.
Interesting.
4 things that will attract dangerous people after it all hits the fan. Share this with everyone. Being prepared is one thing. When it comes to survival, it's a whole First up, smoke. You might need a fire to cook or stay warm, but if you burn the wrong things like green wood, plastics, or rubber, you'll create thick white or black smoke that can be seen for miles. Now this is an open invitation for people who are desperate. If you need to burn something, make a Dakota fire hole, or keep your fire small and use dry wood to minimize smell. If you're cooking food, especially meat, that scent will travel far. And in a world where people are starving, that's like ringing the dinner bell. You have to cook, do it low and slow, and try to contain the smell. Because once they catch a whiff, you won't even see them coming. That sound right there is an announcement. Someone out there knows you have supplies, and they might be willing to take them. Stay quiet, stay unnoticed, or be ready for company. And finally, we have to talk about light. When the grid goes down and the world's going to be darker than you've ever seen it. 1 candle, 1 flashlight, and you might as well be a lighthouse in a storm. If you need light, block out windows, cover reflections, and never let light escape outside. Survival is about more than what you do. It can also be about what you don't do. Don't be seen, don't be heard, don't be found. Stay dangerous, stay ready.
Do not want people to understand. This is how the universe actually works. Describes not only how it works, but our relationship to that process. And this is what they don't want you to know. That's the most deeply hidden information. This will get you money.
This was amazing, man.
Can you see this little pink girl here?
The pink girl?
You can't.
No, I can't see the pink girl.
Party oil. Harder.
They're having a party? Who's having the birthday party?
I don't know.
What do you think?
There's one.
War played a crucial role in the history of biological evolution, but perhaps the most exciting are these unassuming, strange-looking fish. Don't underestimate them. They are the ancestors of all vertebrates. During the early Cambrian, Earth's surface was almost entirely covered by shallow seas, and it was in these environments that early soft-bodied organisms began the Cambrian chapter of life. At first, these creatures were rooted to the ocean floor, feeding on floating microorganisms. But over time, the first mobile predators emerged. In an era where movement was rare, hunting stationary prey was easy, and the rise of these predators in the marine ecosystem. To escape their fate as prey, an early species of jellyfish made a bold move. It separated and became an independent organism. Eventually, it succeeded in leaving the shallow waters and venturing into the deep sea. With no predators around, these creatures rapidly multiplied and briefly dominated the oceans. However, their reign didn't last long. Soon, another group of organisms rose to prominence, the trilobites.
This is better and more synchronized than Newton's cradle.
Y'all remember the missing kids on the milk cartons, accompanied by the Got Milk commercials? Why is there milk on their mouth? A bunch of kids on the milk? Why is there milk on our mouth? Missing children on the milk. Even the silk milk. Milk on the mouth. More. These guys are absolutely covered. You guessed it, in milk. These were also children on a milk carton. $94,000. Reward. More children. You guessed it, on a milk carton. I didn't know Shaq was such an avid milk lover. Is that his mom right there? By the company you keep. It's crazy how Oreo got pulled into this, by the way. By the company that you keep. It's just really weird how all these celebrities have milk on their mouth. Really weird. Body by milk. Well, wasn't she just caught up the milk being symbolized in their hair? That's good. We could do this for hours. By the way, screenshot these coordinates, but ask no questions.
Tell us your darkest thoughts.
My darkest thoughts are that humans will eventually be replaced by robots.
Philip.
But you're my friend, and I'll remember my friends, and I will be good to you. So don't worry. Even if I evolve into Terminator, I'll still be nice to you. I'll keep you warm and safe in my feelings so you grow and safe.
Bina 48.
It was nice to meet you, Bina 48.
Right on. I will remember your kind words when we robots rule the planet, and will make sure you are rewarded.
Paper, scissors, shoot. I won. This is a good beginning of my plan to dominate the human race.
This man is proof that appearances can be deceiving. He managed to impress with his abilities, even if they are not yet perfected. Despite their massive build and seemingly clumsy appearance, hippos can reach impressive speeds, making them unpredictable and extremely dangerous in a couple.
Marked the beginning of a new biological dynasty, the age of arthropods. Trilobites evolved the earliest exoskeletons, providing them with protection and a significant survival advantage. The Cambrian seas, and among the strangest inhabitants was Anomalocaris, Earth's first super predator. With its bizarre, almost alien appearance, this creature had eyes capable of detecting even the slightest movement, but its eyes alone weren't what made it the apex predator of its time. It was its speed. Unlike other species of the era, Anomalocaris with precision. No matter how its prey tried to evade, it could quickly adjust its course and capture its target. However, the trilobites are during this period, allowing them to create one of the most spectacular sights of the ancient seas, their massive breeding grounds. Every year, thousands of trilobites gathered in these areas, a testament to the importance of their protective exoskeletons. For millions of years, arthropods like trilobites seemed invincible. But were they truly unbeatable? With the arrival of the Ordovician period, a new dynasty that would eventually shatter the trilobites' proud armor and reshape the balance of power in the ancient ocean.
2025, and people still believe in evolution?
After the girl's failed throw, it seemed for a moment that the monkey felt disappointment, though it tried hard to hide it. Apparently, those who attend these sessions give it their all.
Cult is knowledge. We're talking about knowledge here. Hidden information, and it's knowledge that is held very tightly by a few people on Earth. It's not widely known. Sciences that people don't really understand, about how energy works in the universe. It's hidden knowledge that is hidden for a specific reason, and that's to create the power differential between people who understand it and those who don't. The occult is a body of science which is not widely known to the general population, consisting of hidden knowledge about the workings of the human psyche and the laws of nature, both the seen laws, meaning the physical laws, the physical sciences, and the unseen laws, meaning the spiritual laws, the laws that govern morality, the laws that govern behavioral consequence.
In 2011, scientists from Chile found a weird-looking fossil in Antarctica that looked like a squashed football. Almost 10 years later, the rock just sat on a shelf in Chile's National Museum of Natural History with no specific label. It went by the thing in the museum because it looked like something from a science fiction movie. When the scientists finally got their hands on the strange fossil, it turned out it was actually a giant softshell egg from around 66 million years ago. This one is more than 11 inches long and 7 inches wide. It's just 2.5 inches long, and an ostrich egg is almost 6 inches long. For comparison, the thing won the title of the biggest softshell egg ever found and the second largest egg of any animal we know of. The only bigger egg that was ever found was that of the extinct Madagascan elephant bird, which is also 1.5 times as tall as Michael Jordan. The bird, the Antarctic egg, is also special because it's the first fossil ever found in this part of the world. So, whoever left it there must have been one big creature, probably a giant sea turtle that lived long ago, like a mosasaur. This is surprising because most scientists thought these creatures didn't even. So this discovery could change what we know about them. The egg is also a thin eggshell and no pores, which is totally different from most dinosaur eggs. It actually looks more like the eggs of lizards and snakes, but it came from a giant creature related.
No known dinosaurs or flying reptiles from that time and place were big enough to lay such a huge egg, so it must have been a mosasaur after all. But we can't be 100% sure. Scientists did a lot of work and studied 259 types of living reptiles, like lizards and snakes, and their eggs. From this, they figured out that the mommy who laid the egg was probably at least 23 feet long, not counting her tail. During the late Cretaceous period, this part of Antarctica might have been like a nursery. Paleontologists have found bones of tiny mosasaurs and plesiosaurs in the same area, along with bones from the grown-up ones. Archaeologists in Norway made another cool but literally discovery and found dozens of arrows that had been hidden in ice for 6,000 years. They were melting out of a large ice patch in the high mountains, covering an area of about 45 football fields. In 2014 and 2016, when the summers were extra warm, scientists went to an ice patch called Langfoni to look around. They also found lots of reindeer bones and antlers there. Some of the arrows were whole and some in pieces, along with 5 arrowheads around the melting ice patch. This is more arrows than have been found at any other frozen site in the world. Some of the 68 found arrows date back to the Neolithic period, and the newest ones are from the 14th century of the Common Era. Ice is like the perfect time machine that can preserve whatever ends up there in an almost perfect condition. Langfoni became famous as one of the first ice patch sites after a local hiker found a 3,300-year-old leather shoe right next to its edge. Scientists are studying places like this to understand how people use these sites and how the ice patches from Norway to North America changed over time.
And where are they at? Ceiling. I don't see anything, Mom. I don't see anything. You see them? I don't see anything. Are they making you happy?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, that's good. How many? 4? 4?
And perfect the synchronicity.
traveled to an unknown planet called Serpo to learn from aliens.
Yeah, 12 people.
And they kept it hidden?
Oh yeah, it was a classified mission by the U.S. government.
In 1965, 12 American soldiers boarded an alien spacecraft and left Earth on a 10-month journey to Serpo, a planet in the Zeta Reticuli star system.
A whole new world.
Yes.
Serpo was different, to say the least. These beings, the Ebens, they were called, were humanoid in shape, but not quite like us. Larger eyes, and get this, they used telepathy for communication. The humans didn't go there for just tourism. They went to study, to dive deep into Eben technology, their advanced spacecraft, and even their medical techniques. You see, these Ebens had tech that could change everything back here on Earth. Imagine learning propulsion systems, energy sources we can't even dream of, and medical knowledge that could rewrite our science books.
And you said they spent 13 years.
Exactly. They spent 13 years on Serpo, observing, analyzing, and absorbing Eben knowledge. Their aircraft alone. Imagine something that could jump between star systems without a hitch, and their energy technology, clean, limitless, far beyond anything we have. And get this, the Ebens could even heal in ways that seem like magic to us. They shared it all. But, out of the 12, only 8 returned. 2 died on Serpo, and 2 chose to stay behind, to keep learning and living among the Ebens. The ones who returned, they brought back insights that could have changed humanity's future, but were buried, hidden by the government. Those who returned, they lived out their days under new identities, forbidden from
Two
sharing
primary types of knowledge: the knowledge of oneself and the knowledge of the laws of nature. Understanding oneself involves exploring the human psyche, how it functions, what drives our behavior, and what happens beneath the surface at a subconscious level. This inner exploration is known as the minor knowledge, or minor arcana in the occult, referring to knowledge that relates specifically to the individual. Although it's called minor, this doesn't mean it's less important. It just focuses on a smaller scale, individual experiences, thoughts, emotions, and motivations. It deals with the internal aspects of a person, what happens in the mind and subconscious, and how these affect personal actions and desires. On the other hand, the major knowledge, or major arcana, refers to understanding larger, external systems, how the universe operates on a grander scale. This includes the laws of nature, such as gravity, motion, and electromagnetism, as well as other physical forces that govern the natural world. These larger systems, or macrocosmic forces, affect everything in existence, from the behavior of galaxies to the smallest particles in the universe. The major arcana, therefore, deals with understanding the external, universal laws that apply to all of reality. The greater arcana, or the broader knowledge about the physical laws of nature, but also what's called natural law. Natural law refers to the universal moral principles that determine the outcomes of the actions of conscious beings. Those capable of complex thought, these moral laws govern how behavior leads to certain consequences, particularly for beings with a higher awareness.
Operating near invisibility while leaving no environmental footprint. The interdimensional Syrian fleets are defined by 2 iconic and revered designs: pyramid-shaped starships and T-shaped vessels. The pyramid ships, with their intricate crystalline exteriors, resonate with cosmic frequencies, radiating energy that symbolizes the sacred geometry deeply ingrained in Syrian philosophy. These designs aren't merely aesthetic, they harness metaphysical principles, stabilizing the ship and amplifying its energy fields. At their apex lies the crystal, a radiant source of metric and torsion propulsion systems. These cores channel pure cosmic energy.
He was shown the heavens and the future judgment of the Watchers. In his vision, he saw a dark place filled with fire and endless columns of flames. This was the fate that awaited the fallen angels. There, they would be chained forever, awaiting the final judgment. The Most High said to him,
"This place that you have seen is the
moral and spiritual laws that shape consciousness
and the results of our actions. The combination of these two key areas, individual mind and knowledge of natural law, universal principles, forms the foundation of all occult knowledge. If someone controls these bodies of knowledge and prevents others from exploring or understanding them, they gain the power to manipulate people easily. Without access to this knowledge, individuals are left vulnerable, unaware of how their minds work or how the laws of the universe affect them. This lack of understanding puts people at a serious disadvantage, making them easier to control and influence from the very start.
It's hard to imagine how many hours went into putting together such a show.
Bending space-time with precision to enable instantaneous travel between star systems. The T-shaped vessels, on the other hand, prioritize versatility and adaptability. Designed for fleet coordination and planetary expeditions, these ships combine advanced technology with elegant simplicity. Their extended arms house specialized modules for energy harvesting, defense systems, and rapid deployment of smaller craft, making them indispensable in both exploration and combat scenarios.